And I don't want to do that. What's up with you? I'm hitting the X key and it's not working. Not working. Because I deleted the whole front. Okay, let's do this for now. 156. Now they can find the target somehow. Lots of errors. Anyway, this is still going over here. As long as the AI doesn't derp, we can close it. Unfortunately, most of them got away. March of 1944. If Japan gets invaded by the US or something, I'm screwed. You have severe issues with supplies? Oh. Pin them down. Crap. It's not only my AI, the other ones also have problems. Unable to find valid path to the target. Unable to find valid path to the target. All across the front. Probably the same thing happened here or whatever. Regional Cooking is asking about the Soviet national unity. They have 90% national unity. Okay, finally, it looks to me we'll be able to close this. Seems to me. In the meantime, these guys are derping. I am 100% sure that I removed... Okay, I remember now. I had to delete the front. I'm gonna say I'm 100% sure that I removed these. gas. Okay, there we go. Let's close this. It's a bit underwhelming, the amount of dudes that are here, but well, 11, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23. Some 35 divisions. That's not bad. Not bad at all. "70 days at most until we have our first nuclear bomb." Let's clean this up. Some pretty hard fights ahead of us, because we are also out of supply. What's up with you? Organization should be able to attack. I don't care, just go. Just go. Of course, if I didn't add infinite manpower, I wouldn't be doing this. We only own a little bit of this state. This is a big problem whenever this happens. And very unrealistic, if you ask me. So simply because we only own this province, this one, and this one. I mean, this is a gigantic state. As far as I know, this is what's going on here. This is a gigantic state. Since I only own 4 or 5 provinces of it, my supply is reduced to almost nothing. Because the amount of supply in this region, these provinces, is a fraction of the state, I think. But like I said, I'm not sure of the supply area or states. I'm not sure. But this only happens whenever we see something like this. This is a smaller state, so we have higher supply over here. Because proportionally, we own a much bigger part of the state. So we have a much bigger supply capacity. If the supply is based on the states, this makes sense. It's the only situation where this makes sense, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever from a real life perspective, at least in my head, in my mind. And it makes no sense whatsoever by comparison with the last game. Let's check it. For infra? Well, maybe one level of infrastructure. But the thing is, I saw these near Moscow. Where is Moscow? Level 7 infrastructure, since I only had a piece of the state. Either that or was so damaged. But the thing, I've been fighting all along the front. I don't know how this works, so I'm just speculating, to be honest with you. I said it, that I was not sure. But I've been fighting all along... There we go, control of incoming edge provinces. So I have control over incoming edge provinces, much higher control. So as you see, it makes sense with my analysis. So I control the whole state. I have control of incoming edge provinces 100%. So I have 100% of the supply at any of these provinces. Over here I only control 57% of the state. This is so ridiculous. I'm sorry to say it, but it is. How can a supply be based on the total number of provinces in the state when supply lines are simply... When supply is simply the ability from whoever is needing supply to receive it from the rear. The ability to bring supplies to the front lines, and not it has zero to do with if we control or not all the provinces in a state. That's what's going on here. This is why we see ridiculous situations like these. Of course the infrastructure is also damaged, but still. Yeah, that's what's going on. I saw it clearly when I was invading Moscow, when I was very near Moscow. We had huge amount of supply issues because he only held a little bit of the state. So we were having issues, huge issues. It was red. While across the front, the whole front was either yellow or green. Now, again, because I control just a little bit, we see this. Wonderful. Itchy. So you want to control the whole state, or else you are gonna have issues with supplies. Just stop it. and we can check it. Unfortunately, you're going in the wrong way. We're wrong. We have just one province here. So we have supported 4.24. After we capture these, we should have a little bit more. If we capture it. Come on, boys, move it, I don't care. Oh, this is the one, let's check. Now it instantly increased the supply in the nearby provinces by some 25% or so. So 4 points. A little bit less, some 20%. What means is that we instantly gain more supply ability in these provinces here, simply because we grabbed that. I can understand this for resources, but for supply, come on. Okay, we've overrun some dudes over there. Wonderful. In the meantime, the staring contest in the south continues. Over here, staring contest continues too. Let's press this button. How many divisions assigned to this? 127. Another division. Is a good idea in practice, but in the paper, but in reality, it's very bad. So another frontier that I will have to babysit myself. Another pocket, or else it's just gonna tie up divisions. I find myself always wanting to do this. Which is something really silly from a perspective of Hearts of Iron 3. The stacking penalty, the issues with combat reinforcement simply would make these stupid. Right now it's the fastest way to fix this. I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna tell you something. If this isn't fixed, I don't see myself playing this game much longer. It's too frustrating. I guess we'll see. I like to play the game. I don't like to be a slave of these. No, seriously. Again, let's see this. 2 divisions assigned to this front, because somewhere along the line the front reached a place that is controlled by the United States. So it broke automatically. It broke, created 2 fronts. The whatever, the coding, programming, divided the number of divisions. This way 33 here and 2 exactly where the place where we had the arrow. So again, I have to babysit these fucking fronts, reassign the divisions. In a sensible manner, and create more arrows. If I want them to move, or do it manually. Now the game decided that it needed 2 arrows, so I have to assign the number of divisions, the correct number of divisions, or design these again. "14 over there, 2 over here." So what's going on? 16. I'm trying to let the dude strategic redeploy out of here so that I can reassign these guys again. Okay, what's next? We need more better mountain troops, I think. We also need that to speed up the nuclear reactors. Is still going on? Luckily, we'll soon have nuclear reactors. When I said that the Portuguese campaign was tedious, I reached this, more or less this position, but I was gonna change my strategy. Unfortunately, I didn't, because I did too well. So my strategy is to deliver some nukes, a shitload of nukes, take a VP, boom, they surrender. I don't need to deal with this shit to achieve it. It's ridiculous. I was gonna try to actually split these guys in half, do another front here, but it's just work. They are gonna derp. They are still gonna derp. So instead of fixing one headquarter, I'm gonna have to fix three headquarters. Or 4. Just I don't know how many fronts, simply because I don't have a saying